Seafood, especially lobster, can be crazy expensive, but everybody deserves a little bit of luxury from time to time. So when we decide to splurge on something like lobster, we want to make sure that it's amazing. We don't want to waste that money. So today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing lobster roll right at home. That way you can make sure you're getting the most for every dollar you spend. This incredibly simple and quick recipe all starts with steaming the lobster tail. So if you've ever steamed shrimp or crabs or anything before, it's pretty much the same principle. We just want to make sure we're cooking the lobster with steam and making sure that it's not submerged in the water. So whatever method you use to steam, go ahead and prepare that. Get some water in there, put it on medium-high heat, and once the steam starts flowing, put your lobster tails inside the steamer and start the clock for 7 minutes. These are medium average size lobster tails. If your lobster tails are smaller, it might be 5 or 6 minutes. If they're bigger, it may be 8 or 9 minutes. Now the package on these said 6 minutes. However, I think that was a little shy of what I'm comfortable with. If you eat undercooked lobster, you can develop a bacterial infection, parasitic infection, hepatitis infection, all kinds of stuff. Lobsters crawl the ocean floor. You want to make sure that they're cooked to at least 145. And on medium-sized lobsters, I think 7 minutes is about that magic number. If you overcook them, they're going to be rubbery and they're not going to be pleasant to eat. So it's a very delicate balance here. While those lobster tails are cooking, go ahead and dice up some green onion. And when your lobster tails are done, go ahead and pull them out, put them on a rack, and let them start cooling. Now we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter, go ahead and melt it in a pan, and we're going to toast the buns that we're going to use for these lobster rolls. Now this is mandatory. You have to use these brioche buns. They look kind of like hot dog rolls, except they're split down the middle and they're bigger. You can find them in most grocery stores, but get the brioche style lobster rolls. Once the butter is a little brown, go ahead and put your buns in the pan and toast them for a couple minutes on each side. Once the buns have a little color on them, go ahead and pull them out. And now it's time to cut up our lobster. Using a nice knife, you can go ahead and take the end of the tail off, and then some shears cut right up the center on the belly of the lobster tail. Go ahead and pull all the lobster meat out, and then dice it up so it's nice and small. We're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to brown it up just a little bit. Make sure you don't go too far. You don't want burnt butter, just brown butter. Put your lobster in the pan with the butter. This is on low heat, and we're just going to kind of stir it around and infuse that butter deep down into that lobster so the magic can begin. Now after you stirred that around a little bit, go ahead and pull the lobster out of the pan, put it in a bowl, and it's time to go ahead and build this amazing lobster roll. Very simple. Put your lobster on the bun. Sprinkle with just a touch of Old Bay, the magical seasoning for everything seafood. And then top with just a little bit of green onion. And oh my gosh, you better get ready because this is going to be amazing. Nothing like a good buttery lobster roll. If you don't know, lobster rolls are traditionally served one of 2 ways. 1, warm with butter like this, or 2, with like a mayo as kind of like a salad, like a chicken salad, egg salad, or whatever. And that would be cold. I usually prefer my lobster roll to be warm and with butter, but everybody's different. My family and I took a trip to Portland, Maine a couple years ago, and I was so excited to go. One of the things I was most excited about was trying an authentic, real deal lobster roll. And they had some amazing lobster rolls, but what I found was they kept it simple. Brioche split top bun, lobster meat that's the best quality around, and butter. You know, sprinkle a little Old Bay or some type of seasoning, a little, green onion, whatever makes you happy. But let the brioche, the lobster, and the butter tell the story. Let's see how this story turns out. The toasted brioche is insane. Then the lobster kicks in. Here comes that little bit of green onion and Old Bay. Little on the expensive side for a sandwich, but every once in a while we deserve a little something special, And so, don't be afraid to partake of the nice things in life. And a lobster roll every once in a while, in my opinion, is one way to do that. Make sure you try this backyard lobster roll out. You will not regret it. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Thank you for joining me and spending some time with me tonight. I'll see you on the next video. That buttery toasting of the brioche. Woo! That's good.